Hello, it says we are live. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. We're in November already, guys. It's November 7th. How did I not know that? It's November 7th. If you're watching live, if you're watching a replay, then it's probably not November 7th. But I want to welcome you. I want to say thank you for being here. And this is my new mic. I hope it's gonna work out really well. I have used it so far on one podcast and it sounded really wonderful. So hopefully it sounds really great to y'all as well. So let me know in the comments. Today we're talking about litter box issues and problems with cat pee. Yay! No, seriously though. This week when I was planning what I was going to be talking about today, because I have to plan these things in advance. It can't be like I wake up on Sunday morning and decide this is what I'm going to talk about. And I was seriously like, I had a couple of different topics in mind that I was thinking about doing, and none of them were like, calling to me. I really want to do this. I mean, eventually I probably will. But at that moment, I checked my phone and I got a comment on a YouTube video that I put up, I don't know, a few years ago. And y'all, if you are part of the Patreon family, you got all of this morning. You got a copy of this screenshot because y'all, this lady triggered me. And I think it's a lady, but she triggered me, like seriously. And I was like, you know what? I got so angry and I gave myself a couple of hours to slightly calm down. And I decided that I was going to do the live this weekend on, litter box issues and having problems with cat pee. And I immediately, I went ahead and scheduled it. And then the next day I went to go write my Patreon post. So if you are a part of the Patreon family, first and foremost, thank you. Secondly, if you are not part of the Patreon family, I don't know why not. You get so much extra content over there. You get exclusives, you get first look at everything. And it's really wonderful. Plus you get to support all of the content that is going out there to help pet parents. Like that is the goal, right? To help pets. And the way we help pets is by helping pet parents. So if we're having litter box issues, if we're having problems with cat pee, go ahead and post in the comments in the chat section, depending on where you're watching, because we are streaming to a couple different places. Go ahead and post in the comments, post in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let me know about you and your cats or even your dogs, because let's be honest, there are quite a few bipetual households is what they are called. And if you have any comments or questions around this topic, go ahead and let me know. I really want to hear from you. I really want to know what's going on with y'all. And especially, if you're part of the Patreon family, then I probably already know what's going on with you, which is another great reason to go. And stick around to the end because I have another little surprise I want to tell you about. So this lady commented, I had put up a video about removing cat pee from carpet. And this video is a few years old, but it gets a lot of views on YouTube. And for me, it's still how I do it. You have to use an enzyme cleaner and, get up as much as you can. First and foremost, if it's already dried, you need to get it damp with just some water. Again, get up as much as you can. Use an enzyme cleaner. There is one that I use, and I talk about it in the video. And it's the one that works for me. And it works for a lot of other people too. So anyway, this lady commented, and I'm going to read her comment, and I promise you this is going to trigger me again because it just angers me so much. And this has been a few days, let me tell you. I decided to sleep on it before I started writing about it because I didn't want to be too angry. But y'all, I'm angry. She said, my cat peed in the new nursery and the smell won't leave. I'll try this method or this cat is going up for adoption. First and foremost, this triggered me because, first of all, I am not to blame for what is going on in your household, and putting that blame on me and putting it on me to say, oh, your method better work or my cat is getting kicked to the curb. That's wrong. So no, and I reject that. But secondly, cleaning up after your cat is like such a minute part of the equation here. Like, we need to look at the overall issue of what is going on with your cat and why they peed in the nursery. And so I decided to talk about this today, because this is a big issue. Like, this encompasses so many things that could be going on with a cat who is inappropriately urinating. That's what we call it generally, is inappropriate urination. But people don't look that up, that term. They're like, people generally come to the internet angry about their cat peeing on something instead of empathizing with their cat for something being wrong, whether that's medically, behaviorally, the stressors. In this cat situation, while I obviously don't have the whole picture, there are lots of stressors. New furniture, new routines, a new baby in the house. I mean, there's so much going on for this cat. So I decided to break it down. And I never do this, but I sent all of this information to this lady because I felt like if I am compassionate with her, she can be more compassionate with her cat. I hope, honestly, don't tell me otherwise, because it just is what it is. That's where my hope lies. So I was triggered. In case you can't tell, I'm still a little upset about it. But yeah, here's the deal, right? There are so many reasons that a cat could be inappropriately urinating. So let's talk about them. But first, I must say that, let me just put this disclaimer out there. Here are some things. If you are noticing in your cat, I'm going to get this out first and foremost in case there are just really impatient people out there, and there are. These signs, you need to get your cat to the vet right now, not tomorrow, right now. If your cat is straining inside or outside of the box, to go. Signs of pain or discomfort, such as yowling, hissing, or screaming. If they're only urinating a few drops at a time, if there is blood in the urine, if they're hiding, or they have a decreased or even a loss of appetite. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm just going to throw it out there. If your gut is telling you to go to the vet, then you need to go to the vet. So these are some of the reasons that you need to go to the vet right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait until your vet is open. If you can only get into the emergency vet, then that's what you need to do. So now that I've got that out there, why would your cat possibly be urinating outside of the box? And let me tell you, I've got a lot of experience here. And there are a lot of other wonderful people who have experience here, who have shared their experiences online to give us all this wonderful knowledge and information. So the first reason, okay, there's literally so many reasons. And I cannot say with any great certainty why any one particular cat may be doing it without having more context, right? But this is the first reason. There could be an underlying medical reason, such as a urinary infection, having trouble urinating, a urinary obstruction, kidney disease, bladder stones, diabetes, arthritis or other pain, cancer, or loss of bladder control. That happens too, especially in when we think of like elderly cats, not even senior cats, I would say elderly cats. So that could be something, right? Which is why I always 100%, no matter what, say the very first thing you need to do anytime you see changes in mood or behavior with your pet is get to the veterinarian, because there are things that your veterinarian is going to be able to see and test for that you cannot. So we always need to rule out any underlying medical issues before we can move on to anything else that may be going on with our cats. So that's the first thing, right? And there is I honestly, that is probably the one thing that I have to reply to people more than anything on any social network. But let's stick with YouTube, right? People ask questions all the time, and my number one response always has to be, have you gotten your cat, in this case, cat, to the vet? Because that is the very first thing that we need to be doing anytime we see changes in mood or behavior. And it just is what it is. Cats are so good at hiding that they don't feel good, or disease especially, that anytime symptoms like these pop up, there's something going on. So we need to be able to rule out any medical issues. So that's always the very first thing we need to do. And even if your vet is able to rule out any underlying medical conditions, it's always a good idea to let your vet know what is going on. In this case, that your cat is peeing outside of the litter box, and work with them. Whatever you do, behavioral modification, whatever it may be, keep your vet in the loop, right? Because things change. And that's just the bottom line. Things change. So the second thing could be, and there's like a whole list. I couldn't even put together a comprehensive list if I had to, but new stresses in the home. So let's talk about some of the most common stresses in the home that could be causing a cat to urinate outside of the litter box. First and foremost, getting new furniture or even rearranging furniture. In this lady's case, I'm sure she has new furniture and possibly has even rearranged furniture because she has a new baby. Yeah. New or different noises in or around the home. Guess what? That baby is making new and different noises. You probably are too. A new pet in the home. Have no idea if this is the case or not, but probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I don't think I would be getting a new pet at the same time I'm getting a new baby, but that's just me. A new person or baby in the home. Ding, 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 right? Someone moving out of the home. That happens. That's a stressor for a cat. Leaving your cat while going on vacation. That can be a huge stressor for your cat. Changing their diet. Moving to a new home. All of these things, again, this is not an exhaustive list, but some of the most common and, bigger things that can happen that are going to stress your cat out. So I do see some people watching. Please feel free to comment, whether you're just hanging out and watching, getting information, or you have a comment or question, you just want to let me know you're here. I want to know who it is that's here watching too. So make sure you give me a comment or post in the chat, depending on where you're watching. It could be called one of a couple of different things. So another third reason, again, this has a number of different things involved in it, problems with the litter or the litter box, moving the litter box, changing the type of litter, not having enough litter boxes, not cleaning the litter box well enough or often enough, changing the actual litter box itself. That can be a stressor for some cats. Placement of the litter box, definitely a stressor for some cats. So there's so much. In fact, I'm going to be recording a podcast this coming up week with the two crazy cat ladies about litter boxes and litter box issues and everything litter boxes, that is going to be for the podcast. And it will be going live off the top of my head. I believe it's the 16th of November. So definitely stay tuned for that, because that's going to be amazing. The fourth thing that I want to talk about, not such a smooth transition there, but here we go. Unneutered males, just so you know, unneutered males are known for spraying or marking their territories, though, little known fact, both male and female cats can spray. Even if they have been neutered or spayed, they still can. If you spay them early enough, sometimes it can deter that behavior from happening, not always. And also there's a lot of, I don't want to get into this too much, but there's a lot of information out there about spaying or neutering animals too young. I know this is a big issue with dogs, especially larger breed dogs, but dogs in general. And I think there's something to be said about spaying and neutering cats too young as well, though, there's a lot of debate about that. So I don't want to get into that in today's episode. But one other thing I really want to throw in here, it's so worth mentioning, is that as cats age, their tolerance for unpleasantries decreases. So this means that, even though maybe you've had the same litter box forever, maybe you've been using the same type of litter forever, maybe it's been in the same place forever, and it's been a really long time and your cat has been fine with it, and suddenly they are no longer tolerating it. That's possible, because as they age, their tolerance level decreases. So that is also something to think about, which is why it's important to take all of these things into consideration, even if you think, well, I've been doing this forever, I've been using this forever, they've been using this forever, and it's been fine. Well, maybe it's time that stopped. Maybe forever isn't good, right? Maybe we do need to change things up every once in a while. And I know we did Happy Cat Month in September. So if you missed any of those episodes, make sure to go back and check them out, because we did 4 whole weeks of, how to raise a happy, healthy cat. So we definitely talked in that about litter box issues. But I wanted to put all of this together again because I told you at the beginning of this lady triggered me. And I honestly have to thank her for it, because it made me put today's video together. But at the same time, I really, really, really would, like, to the bottom of my heart, hope that she takes all of this information to heart and comes at her cat with empathy instead of anger, because that's really where we should be right now, is empathizing with our cat, dealing with a lot of stress. A new baby is a lot of stress for a cat, and as you have seen, or heard me talk about so far, for a number of different reasons. So I told you this at the beginning, but I put this at the beginning for those impatient people. But here's where I want this information to go. When is it appropriate to see a vet right away, or to go to the emergency vet if your vet is closed? If your cat is straining, whether they are inside or outside of the box, because inappropriate urination tends to mean outside of the box. So if they're straining to go, you need to get to the vet right away. Any signs of pain or discomfort, go to the vet. This means yowling or hissing or screaming. If you have ever seen your cat, use the litter box and then jump out quickly without even covering it and hiss, there's pain there, right? I have seen one cat do this once in my home, and it was like, oh my goodness gracious, we went to the vet right away, of course. Urinating only a few drops at a time. That is a huge one, guys. Oh my goodness. They're only urinating a few drops at a time. You need to get to the vet's office. Blood in the urine, of course, that's a big one. If they're hiding a lot, if they have a decreased or loss of appetite, get to the vet. And lastly, and like I said earlier, I'm just going to throw this out there. If your gut is telling you need to go to the vet, then you need to go to the vet. I cannot tell you how many times I have, like, back and forth. I don't know. I feel like I need to go, but I don't really know if I need to go. And let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, we go to the vet and there was something going on that needed to be addressed. And so I have never regretted it. Never. Even that one time that, everything was actually fine, I still came home and said, the vet's missing something. So I have never regretted it. If your gut is telling you to go to the vet, go to the vet. End of story. But not the end of the show. So stick in there with me. So what do we do about inappropriate urination? Again, 100% of the time, any changes in mood or behavior should be checked out by your veterinarian. That is the very first thing you should be doing. Once medical issues are ruled out, you can begin to address other things. So I would first start with the litter box itself. Is it being kept clean? Is it in a well-ventilated area? Is it in a high traffic area? Do you have enough litter boxes? Generally, it says 1 for each cat plus at least 1 more. So if you have 3 cats, you need at least 4 litter boxes, and spreading them out is also a good idea. From here, you can try different types of litter boxes. For example, I don't love covered litter boxes, and most cats I know don't love covered litter boxes, but some cats do. So you can try covered, you can try not covered, you can try, is the litter box big enough for your cat? Your cat should be able to completely stand in the litter box and turn around and have plenty of room. Let me tell you, most litter boxes out there are not designed this way. So sometimes you have to think outside of the box. Hint, hint. Join me on the podcast when I talk to the 2 crazy cat ladies, because they have this down pat. So yeah, try different types of boxes. Try different types of litters. Your cat may not like the litter that you're using. Even if they've been using it forever, they may not like it any longer. Softer litter is better generally. If your cat will use a pellet litter, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? I only have one that will use it, and she will only use it sometimes. So I do have a litter box that I keep pellet litter in for her, because it is absolutely my preference. But if you remember back to Happy Cat Month in September, I told y'all the number one rule of litter and litter boxes is that your cat will use it. That's number one above all else. It doesn't matter what I want or what I like. They need to use it. So that's that. You can also try moving the box location to the area where they are urinating to see if maybe they just prefer being in that spot. Maybe that spot is more comfortable for them. Litter box usage is a very, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Help me out, help me out, help me out. The word I'm looking for is vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable time for them. So they need to feel safe and secure. So maybe the area that your litter box is in is not making them feel super secure right now. So that might be an issue. For behavioral issues, first and foremost, as I have said a couple of times now, empathy is your number one absolute necessary ingredient to, work with your cat. Empathy is a must. Your cat is dealing with something that is traumatic to them. So help them through the trauma by providing them safe spaces. This includes vertical spaces and scratching surfaces. Plenty of playtime. Consistency in their routine, including grooming. Confidence building sessions. Scent transfer to new items. Confidence building sessions, by the way, I don't want to go into too much detail with today because I have a feeling that the two crazy cat ladies are going to talk about it on the podcast is going to be airing a little later this month. So oh my goodness, they're just so energetic and so wonderful, and I want them to talk about it. So I'm going to let them talk about it. So make sure if you're not already subscribed to the podcast, it's the Pet Parenting Reset, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you are following the podcast and getting notifications, because you do not, especially if you're a cat mom or dad, you do not want to miss the episode with the two crazy cat ladies. And there are some other ways to help your cats when they're stressed that may not be super obvious, but can really have a huge impact. And I'm just going to go over these really super quickly because I'm running out of time. Help your cat process stress better by providing them with fresh foods. Kick the kibble, guys. Utilizing hunting feeders and other enrichment for feedings. While not all cats like it, cat safe CBD can help some cats. Veterinary grade essential oils, I'm looking at you, Animalio, can also be beneficial. I recommend always starting with Kitty Boost from Animalio and then adding what's necessary for your cat after that. Every cat's different. Flower essences have also been helpful with cats who are stressed, such as Box Rescue Remedy. So again, go back to Happy Healthy Cat Month. We did a whole month, so 4 Sundays, all about cats. I would definitely recommend you trying that out. And I want to leave you, well, no, I'm not leaving you yet. There is something that I need to tell you right now, and then stick around because I have something really fun for you. If your cat is struggling to urinate, a trip to the emergency vet is necessary. Blockages are life-threatening. Do not wait. I always want to add that and throw that in. I already said it, but I need to say it again because it is so important. So important. Oh my gosh. I'm going to I want to beat it into you. So important. So important. Blockages are life-threatening, okay? This is so crucial for you guys to seriously get to the vet. So with that said, I have something really fun that I want to share with you. If you are following the podcast, I think it's this Tuesday. Yeah, this coming Tuesday, you're going to get notified when you listen to that podcast that merch is available. Yes, I have a new merch store and it's amazing. I currently have 3 designs up, but you can get those 3 designs on V-necks, crew necks, all sorts of t-shirts, flowy shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, all the things. And I can't wait for you to see them. So I'm not going to show you them right now on the live stream. You're going to have to go to thepetparentingreset.com. First and foremost, click on Patreon. Join the Patreon family because the Patreon family gets special discounts on all merch. So join the Patreon family. Then go back to thepetparentingreset.com, click on the merch tab, head on over and grab your favorite item. These are going to, like, you need to get on this now if you want these for holiday gifts because they are print on demand. So it's going to take a couple of weeks to get to you, but oh my gosh, I have mine. They are adorable. If you watch the podcast on video through the month of November, I'm going to be showing these t-shirts to you. I'm going to be wearing them. And oh my goodness, go to the petparentingreset.com right now and click on the merch tab. Click on the Patreon tab first, get your discount code, then click on the merch tab. I'm so excited for y'all to see these designs. I am going to be adding more designs and in the new year, we're going to get some new designs, but y'all, these are the absolute cutest. I love, love, love. And the shirts are so soft. That was like one of the big things for me is that I hate when I buy something, even if, I'm only buying it to support XYZ, right? I want that product that I get to be comfortable. And these t-shirts, everyone that I have ordered is so incredibly comfortable. So when you get your shirt or your tote bag or your sticker or whatever it is that you order, make sure to post a picture and use the tag me. That was what I'm trying to say. Make sure you tag me so that I can see it and repost it because I can't wait to see you guys rocking these designs. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. Thank you all so much for being here and for watching. If you have any comments or questions, whether it is on today's topic or something else to do with your pets, please let me know by posting in the comments. I do get notified, depending on the platform, I do get notified, and I would love to be able to help you and your pets live a happier, healthier life. So with that, I'm gonna say have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Give your cat and dog, depending on what you have, give your pets some extra love from me today, and I'll see you next week. Bye.